Iran's attack tactics against U.S. forces. Understanding Iran's asymmetric warfare and swarm strategy. Iran knows it cannot defeat the United States in a traditional, large-scale military battle. Instead of matching U.S. aircraft carriers, advanced fighter jets, or precision weapons head-on, Iran has developed a different approach: asymmetric warfare. This strategy focuses on exploiting weaknesses, creating uncertainty, and raising the cost of military action for a stronger opponent. 1. Iran's asymmetric warfare strategy. The big picture: asymmetric warfare means fighting an enemy in ways that avoid its strengths. For Iran, this involves avoiding direct conventional battles, relying on speed, surprise, and numbers, using geography, proxies, and low-cost weapons. Iran's military doctrine emphasizes attrition and deterrence, not decisive battlefield victories. The goal is to make any U.S. military action slow, risky, expensive, and politically complicated. Iran's Revolutionary Guard (IRGC) plays a central role in this strategy, operating separately from the regular army and focusing on unconventional operations on land, sea, air, and cyberspace. 2. How Iran targets U.S. military forces. Iran uses multiple overlapping methods to pressure U.S. forces, especially in the Middle East. A. Swarm tactics at sea. One of Iran's most discussed tactics is naval swarming, particularly in the Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz. Instead of large warships, Iran deploys dozens of small, fast attack boats, vessels armed with rockets, missiles, torpedoes, or explosives. These boats operate in groups, approaching U.S. ships from multiple directions at high speed. Even if most are destroyed, a few can still get close enough to cause damage or force defensive action. The narrow waters of the Gulf favor Iran. Large U.S. ships have limited maneuvering space, while small boats can hide near islands, ports, or civilian shipping traffic. B. Drone and UAV attacks. Iran has invested heavily in unmanned systems because they are cheap to produce, difficult to detect, easy to deploy in large numbers. Drones are used for surveillance, targeting, and direct attacks. When launched in groups, they can overwhelm air defense systems, forcing defenders to choose which targets to intercept. This saturation effect is a key part of Iran's strategy. Iran also supplies drones to allied militias, allowing attacks on U.S. bases while maintaining plausible deniability. C. Missiles, mines, and subsurface threats. Iran combines asymmetric tactics with selective use of conventional weapons. Naval mines can be deployed quietly to disrupt shipping lanes. Coastal missile batteries threaten ships operating near Iran's shores. Small submarines and underwater vehicles add another layer of risk. Together, these systems create a complex threat environment where U.S. forces must constantly remain alert. D. Proxy warfare and indirect attacks. Iran often avoids direct confrontation by using allied groups in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. These proxies conduct rocket, drone, and missile attacks against U.S. bases and partners. This approach spreads risk across multiple actors, makes retaliation politically sensitive, keeps conflicts below the threshold of full-scale war. 3. Why Iran's swarm tactics alarm the U.S. military. Swarm tactics are concerning not because each individual weapon is powerful, but because of how many threats appear at once. Overloading defenses. U.S. defense systems are highly advanced but finite. Large numbers of small, fast, low-cost attackers can strain radar and command systems, force the use of expensive interceptors, increase the chance that some attackers get through. Cost imbalance. Iran can afford to lose drones or small boats. The U.S., meanwhile, may spend millions of dollars to destroy assets worth only a fraction of that cost. Over time, this imbalance matters. Psychological.